Welcome back to the Excel tutorial. In steps 21 to 29, you hopefully understood how to draw graphs and charts based on Excel data. In step 30, we have to repeat the same things for more practice for you to do the same drawing of graphs and charts for total sales by store and total sales by item. I'm going to just demonstrate total sales by store, once again show you how to draw a couple of graphs and I expect you to do the total sales by item on your own. So let's go to this Excel spreadsheet that we have been working with. Let's go to the sales data worksheet. This is the data that we are going to use for the next set of graphs, and I am going to go to a new worksheet, this plus symbol and new sheet. So this one would open a sheet 4 for me. I'm going to rename this as total sales by store, and you can rename that by right clicking here, select the rename and type the name that you would like. In this I am going to have the data from here, and the best way to have that data is I'll copy and paste these two and I'll have them here, and then I'm also going to have look at these and start having typing these cells into these cell references into total sales by store. So this is cell H19. So I'm going to go here, and here I want the cell H19 value from the other worksheet, the sales data worksheet. So the formula that I'm going to type here is sales space data. That's the name that I have, and that name is given within single quotes followed by an exclamation mark, and what I need there is H19, right? So the sales data worksheet H19 is 200, and that's what is brought in here just because I typed in this data, this formula, sales data within single quotes exclamation mark H19. All right. I could extend this using that rectangle at the bottom to the next cell. That way I get the sales data's I-19, which is the total sale amount in this cell. And now I can format these cells and format it to currency. Now I select these two. Once I select these two, these two cells, and I would look at this handle at the lower right hand corner, and I can extend it to the next 5 cells. So that way I get 200 through 600, all these stores and their total sale amounts in this worksheet. Now that I have these, I select this whole data to go to start a new chart. I will go here to the insert tab at the top, and any of these, it does not matter for the purposes of illustration. So let's start with a line chart, and we could start with the 2D line chart, or actually 2D line chart is not giving us the right kind of chart that we need. So what I'm going to go here is go and select the recommended charts. When you go to the recommended charts, it would show a line chart for you. And for example, you could select this, right? So, and it would show you the total sale by store, and you can bring it here by clicking OK. It would show that chart here. And once again, you can format the data series. You can change any of these by going to home. For example, if you want to change this to bold and you want to change the font size to 18, you can do that by going to the home tab and selecting these the appropriate fonts, and making it bold or italics and so on and so forth. You can also add the trend lines as we had discussed before. So for example, if you go to this graph, select it and right click it, you can say add trend line, and the trend line, a linear trend line could be added, or you could change the trend lines to logarithmic or polynomial, exponential, as you see fit. Trend lines are not important in this example, like I mentioned before, but in other examples where you might need statistical analysis, trend lines might be very, very useful. All right. The same thing you could repeat it with another chart. So for example, if you select all this data, go to Insert tab at the top, and you want to draw a 3D pie chart. You could show a 3D pie chart, and this 3D pie chart would give you this kind of a graph. And now you can select, and let's right click this, and I'm looking for change chart type, for example. So you drew this 3D pie chart, and for some reason you're not happy with it, and you would like to go back to a 2D pie chart. So then you could say, you could select this and click OK. It will convert it back to 2D pie chart. All right. Now, once you have this, you can go back and add data labels or data callouts. The data callouts would show you, for example, the percentages for each of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 different stores here, 200, 300, 400, 500, and 600. For each of those, the percentages are shown in this case. All right. And just like before, you could change any of these in terms of font sizes and font emphasis to bold, and those effects could be brought into these charts. So I would not go into too much detail with any of these other charts, because we already went through them in steps 21 through 29. I want to give you some time to experiment with these charts based on sales, total sales by item. So please complete those exercises, and we'll touch base again for steps beginning at 31.